Shields up, Iron Breakers. How's everybody doing today on this fine Thursday night? Hopefully you're all doing good, and hopefully we can improve on that with the Capcom Showcase, which is about to go live. In about 30 minutes, the top of the hour, Showcase goes live. As per usual with YouTube, we're going to be starting things off a little bit earlier so that YouTube sends out the notifications, does its thing, and all of that good stuff that you guys know how it works. So thank you all very much for joining me here today. Today we are going to be getting Title Update 2 during the Capcom Showcase. I mean, we're going to be getting information on Title Update 2. I'm hoping we also get the Title Update 2 after the showcase. That is my suspicion. I think it makes sense. It might be the case, might not. I actually do not know, but hopefully that will happen, and then we just go right from the showcase into Title Update 2, go and hunt our boy Legiacris and whoever else happens to be there, for which I've already been spoiled, by the way. During my first Berserker Kazan, somebody saw fit to come in and spoil us, but it is what it is. Yorick, thank you very much for being Rosgadesh for 30 months. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. I will not be spoiling anyone, and if I do spot spoilers in chat, you know, we're going to ban them. We're going to get rid of them. It is that simple. How's my day going, and what do I expect from Title Update 2 Showcase? Day is going friggin' fantastic, dude, because we did the live stream for hard mode Dark Drift Night, which is pretty fun. Really fun stream. I still greatly enjoy Night Rain, and then after that, I've been painting.
If only I could be
been working on this, if you guys are curious. This is the next piece of Volcus terrain that I'm going to be painting. I did these almost look like bronze sections. It's just brown, but yeah, that's what I've been working on.
Could be so grossly incandescent.
I love doing it. Very stress relieving. Really, really fun time. So yeah, D Luffy, thank you very much for making 5 people grossly incandescent. Tip of the hat, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. Considering that I haven't really done a whole lot of Cons Anvils recently, been super busy, I figured that we'd go ahead today and do the shout-outs for the Thanes. So we're going to go ahead and get that in there, and we will do shout-outs for all of the Longbeards after the showcase as well. So, Cro-Mag, thank you very much for being listening to this on level of Thane. That is for Cro-Mag, Colin Lashore, Fulminus, Dan Pribbernow, Mainstream, and Luigi Rosa. Thank you all very much for being grossly incandescent as Thanes! You absolute Giga Chads. Tip of the hat, appreciate support. Thank you very much. Also, Lone the Hunter 75, thank you very much for being grossly incandescent for 26 months. Tip of the hat, appreciate support. Thank you! Thank you all very much. You guys ready?
If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
You guys ready for this? Jesus. Everybody dropping in their subs today. Thank you. Thank you guys very much. Vince Villorn, thank you very much for being with us for 48 months. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. We're just hoping we get some good stuff for Title Update 2. I'm sure the team's been cooking. I trust the team to deliver the goods. My biggest concern is that I really hope that they do something about performance, because that is likely going to be the most important thing right now, considering that, you know, there's the whole overwhelmingly negative sentiment over on Steam, which I understand. I get it. It is what it is. But, yeah, hopefully they'll do something about that. I think it's the most important thing that they need to sort out. But we'll see how that pans out. Victor Andre, thank you very much for 27 months as a Longbeard, you Giga Chad, tip of the hat, appreciate support. And Red Ninja Dan, thank you very much for becoming grossly incandescent as a Longbeard, you Giga Chad, tip of the hat, appreciate support. Thank you guys very much for the support. Jesus Christ, I appreciate it. They really need to do something about performance. Title Update 2, yeah, I agree. I think it's their most important thing they need to tackle. Arch-Tempered Raydao wasn't terribly exciting to me. I hope the next one grabs me more. Yeah, we have... Wait. No, we haven't gotten the other one yet. We got the other more challenging monsters. I was really happy about the addition of the more challenging monsters. I need to try those in multiplayer at some point to see if they put up a fight in multiplayer mode. Because that's something that I also need to test out a little bit more. It's just... You know, we've been playing mostly solo because if we go to multiplayer, we turn a hunt into a gathering quest. 5 strength, arch-tempered Raidao. That'll be cool. Fix the shader cache issue and a lot of people will be happy. It's like, I've talked about that, but nobody wants to hear, you know, nobody wants to hear a content creator talk about shader cache or chipset drivers, even if that can potentially fix it. And I understand. It's not, you know, it's not people's fault that like, oh, my fucking, I don't know how to deal with my shader cache. What the fuck you mean, bro? It's like, yeah, I get it. I expect their live stream to go live in about like, at 15 minutes prior to, wait, this is a different thing. 15 minutes prior to, that would be my expectation. Can't wait for Ruri to hit Expedition 33. Yeah, we will get there. Right now we're doing Kazan. I'm thinking if we're doing Death Stranding after Kazan or if we're gonna go into Expedition 33 right off the rip. We'll figure that out a little bit later. But right now we're doing Kazan. Kazan and obviously Title Update 2. So Title Update 2 will have priority as soon as they release that, which I believe might be tonight. We're gonna hit that hard, gonna play the crap out of it, and then we're gonna go back to Kazan. How much you want to bet this announcement would suck? What? We're getting Lagiacrus. We're getting Lagiacrus, bro. Do you know how long we've been waiting for Lagiacrus? That's insane. What do you mean it's gonna suck? It's gonna be awesome. Ruri isn't an exclusive Monster Hunter YouTuber? No, the algorithm only really shows my Monster Hunter content to most people, but I actually cover a lot of other stuff. If you sub and hit the notification bell, you might be notified of all the other things that I do. 40 FPS is fine. Did people forget the PS2 days? 40 FPS is not fine. If your hardware is good enough, you should be able to get at least 60 on PC. Imagine they didn't show Lagiacrus and it was a cardboard cutout in-game. We are getting half a Lagiacrus. No, if you've seen Uth Duna, that would be what I would expect from Lagiacrus. He's going to have some mechanics where he's going to go in the water and do stuff. I don't know if they'll give him like a moveset or form change. And that's the thing. I've never fought like Abyssal. Or have I? No, I don't think I've ever fought Abyssal. So if they put in something from Abyssal, I'm not going to recognize it. They might put in stuff from Ivory. Although I don't know if I would be able to identify that. It's been so long since I fought both Lagiacrus and Ivory. I don't know if I'd be able to identify those moves. We're getting Dragon's Dogma 2 DLC in another life. Yeah. Were you ever dabbled in V-Pets of some kind? No, I have no idea what that is. Just for the sake of conversation, what make Loggy so special? Only fought him in GU. So, to me, what makes Loggy special is the moment where you meet him, which is... You guys also got to remember, you know, Third Fleet Podcast, the reason it's called Third Fleet Podcast is because both me and Gaijin started playing the game in the 3rd generation. I think Gaijin started with 3 Ultimate, if I remember correctly. I actually started with Tri, and I hated it. But I still remember fondly the moment where the game just goes like, oh, I need you to go get some monster guts or whatever it is in like one of the zones of the deserted island. And it's like all the way at the end, and it's a water-only zone. And, you know, you have to deal with the whole oxygen gauge. You we gotta go to these bubbles, and then you'll breathe in the bubbles, and you're like trying to figure out how to navigate this thing and kill these fish to get these monsters. And suddenly Lagiacrus shows up, and it's like scary as shit. You're like, what the fuck? And that was my first Monster Hunter, so I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. And I'm just like in there, under the water, and in comes Lagiacrus just like swimming through, and it's like, oh, what the fuck? So that was like really, really cool. He jump scares you, yeah. So like really fond memories of that, and he's just like a really cool looking monster too. Monster Hunter Wilds Lagiacrus is going to be Ivory, Lagiacrus, and this guy's. Yeah, see guys, the distinction between Lagiacrus and Ivory is that Ivory was the variant that would not go on water most of the time. It would just like be on the outside, so you fight him on land. And because we don't really have underwater combat in Wilds, you know, I'm hoping that they do something, because you know how there's that whole area that you go underwater in the Scarlet Forest? I think it'd be really cool if they do something with that, where we go and then we see him underwater before we hunt him. I'm hoping they do something with that. Like you're gonna get belly flopped by Uthuna? Nah. When is the stream charge for title update 2? It's at the top of the hour. And it's not just title update 2, it's the Capcom showcase. So there's probably gonna be news about Onimusha, Pragmata, other probably RE9, Requiem. That's definitely going to be on there because they're releasing that. That already has like a release date. So yeah, and then there's also title update 2. What about title update 3? Do you think they will tease at the end? Yeah, they usually do. So we'll probably get to know what monster is coming on title update 3, I would expect. What if it's Dodogama, Rui? Then I will beat that fucking Muppet to an inch of its life, okay? I will beat it down just because you guys like him so much, okay? I will abuse that creature. I'll chop his tail. I'll bust his face. And I'll blow him up when he goes to sleep. That's what I'm gonna do, okay? If they put Dodogama in the game, I will absolutely bully the crap out of that monster for all you Dodogama fanboys out there, okay? I will beat him like I will get a blunt hammer. Okay, I'll get a blunt hammer and I will bludgeon him to death with a red sharpness hammer. Okay, that's what I'll do. I will be cruel. I'm gonna go medieval on that goddamn creature. Okay, there's so many Dodogama fanboys in this community. I am going to make you hate me if they put Dodogama. The guild unauthorizes the hunt. They're sending the guild knights to my location right now. They're doing it right now, dude. Oh, man. Family-friendly Ruri. Some kid is screaming. He's like, Dad, why is Rurikhan gonna hurt Dodogama so much? Dodogama is actually evil, okay? Dodogama is the source of all evil. No K-Plays here. I just never understood the fascination that people have for Dodogama. I guess a lot of people just find him like cute or whatever. And I'm just like, whatever. I don't care. Yes, boy Sam, Basel Goose. Where my Basel Goose boys at? That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about right there. I will buy you a Dodogama plushie, then you will change your tune. If you buy me a Dodogama plushie, I will burn it. I'll tell you that his blast procced internally, and he burned down. Oh, man. I just have too much fun with this. Looks like a giant bearded dragon. He looks like a derpy. He looks like a derpy Great Jagras to me. That's what he looks like. A derpy Jagras. Oh, man. I can't be the only one wanting Zinogre. I mean, didn't Zinogre win the most popular monster? It was Zinogre, right? Pretty sure it was Zinogre. I forget. I remember that Nergigante won top 3 in the 3 regions, but I'm pretty sure Zinogre was number 1. Yeah. Basel Goose fan for life. Let's go, baby. Let's go. So I figured while we wait a little bit, one of the things that we could check out is, wait, not this. This. There's the weapon entries that people have been working on. I haven't checked all of these out, but these are weapon entries for the competition. One of these will, I think it's like 20 of them will get chosen to go on to the next phase. And then there will be, you know, out of those 20, one of those weapons will win and be actually introduced into the game. So this is a sword and shield. That's like more like a stabbing blade, like a laser blade of some description. I like the plunging thrust animation. That looks pretty badass. This one looks good. This is a W. Even though I'm a big fan of shields, this is kind of like more of a force field type of thing. I don't know. Bro, I remember seeing this hammer pop up in my mentions. Not in my mentions, but like in my... It popped up in my feed not that long ago. This is a fantastic hammer design. Look at this thing. Look at this fucking thing. Isn't this awesome? Wait, will these weapons be added to the game? One of these weapons will be added to the game. Not all of them, but one of them will be added to the game. This is an awesome design. For those of you that don't know, this is Rove. He's a character. He keeps getting captured by Nursilla, which is why I put a little Nursilla at the end of it. This is so creative. And so you just get him as a hammer, and then when it slams, apparently it crushes poor Rove. Look at the spinning Rove here, dude. This is beautiful, man. This is a beautiful weapon entry. The crap is this, dude? Looks like a big-ass laser sword. Crimson Drone Switch Axe. I'm assuming that this is inspired... I mean, obviously it's inspired by Volstrax. How does the axe part work? Oh, it hovers! It hovers when it's in axe mode. VR controller? What the hell, dude? There's like an axe mode, there's no haft. It's like it's a controller and then there's the vault. That's cool. That's neat. Singularity Divider. Charge level 3 is red. That's pretty cool. Dude, people are so creative with this stuff. Ah, look. Deep down, all the longsword mains want is to be a gun lance. See, this is because longsword mains are like, man, the gun lance is cool, but I can't fall to the dark side. I must stay with my blade. But then they're like, oh, let's design a longsword that looks like a gun lance. No, it looks really good. This looks really good. This person's very talented. Yeah, this is big W. This is a longsword even I would use, okay? I would use this longsword. Everything is cooler with a gun attached to it. True. It's like, listen, you know what's the problem with this brush that I've been using to paint this thing right here? The biggest problem with the brush that I've been using to paint this thing, there's no gun attached to it. If only there was a gun attached to this one brush, things would be so much better. This would be so much better, dude. Oh, this goes with the, whatchamacallit. This goes with the sealed cloth thing. Untold Prophecy, dragon damage. The more you charge it, the more it gets like dragon effects on it. It's just a big slab of stone. I'm a big proponent of big slabs of stone. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of big slabs of stone. What is going on with the official channels not having like a stream going yet? That's kind of weird. I expected them to have a stream going by now. Surprise. They're just gonna go live? They're probably just gonna go live suddenly. Huh. It's on Capcom channel? Oh, okay. So it'd be like Capcom USA? Oh yeah, here it is. This is the one. May be inappropriate for some users. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. I thought it was going to be on the official... It probably will also go on the official Monster Hunter channel. But yeah. Raffle Gnome saying I'd rather have Sarah's Cemetery for the moment. I thought you were saying like, man, I'd rather be watching Sarah's Cemetery rather than Rurikhan. And I was like, I mean, cool. Is he like? So you're talking about the charge blade. Maddie Slater 97. Thank you very much for becoming grossly incandescent. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. You think we'll get any Elder Dragons this update? I actually don't want Elder Dragons. I want them to just like bring normal monsters. I want more normal monsters. They've shown that they can make them really hard. I want more of that. More Apex Predators. It's like, I'm okay having a game that doesn't have Elder Dragons. Wouldn't it be cool if then you would get Elder Dragons in Master Rank? Yeah, get the elder dragons in the elder dragons in the master rank, and like really make them crazy. I think that'd be awesome. Jindahad feels kind of like an elder dragon. Yeah, true. More bugs, bro. Give me what was his name? I forget his name. Damn it! I can't believe not his name. Her name. You guys know. Damn it, bro. I hate that my memory is so bad. This is what I get from all the friggin' omeprazole that the doctors told me to take. Now I have bad memory. Have like friggin' early onset Alzheimer's. Atalka, of course. Celtis as well. Celtis is cool. Love Celtis, but Atalka is the one that I was talking about. Shatter Seal Greatsword. Oh, that's crazy. Ram JHS, thank you very much for becoming grossly incandescent as an Ironbreaker. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. Yeah, Atalka is awesome. But although Atalka is an Elder Dragon, so if we were to get Atalka, I think it'd be better if we just get it like on the Master Rank expansion. Wait, so it only gets formed when you get the level 3 charge? Interesting. So normally it's shattered, and then when you charge it all the way, it gets formed. Huh. That's an interesting concept. I would expect it to be the other way. Really? Really, bro? Steams when charged, meaty impact noises, jiggle physics, extra cheese. The sirloin hammer. Any predictions on where the DLC will go? No, I have no idea. Like I said, my biggest prediction is that I expect it to be called the Monster Hunter Wilds Frontier. Compact disc blade. It's a charge blade. That's a neat little concept. I think that this clashes too much with the Monster Hunter art though. I don't know if they would do that. A little bit weird, but it's a neat concept. Circadian rhythm. Is this a hammer? Oh no, it's a hunting horn. That's interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. Oh, but it's a sleep weapon because circadian rhythm. Okay, that part I like. That part's cool. Jewel of the Anvil. Switch axe. Full of crystals and stuff. I dig crystal weapons. Oh, looks like the idea is to leave trails. I like trails. Trails are funky. Sacred Shepherd's Glaive. Oh, wasn't this the spear that what's-his-face was using? Oh, you just want a baby chocobo on your arm. You just want... Okay, look, Lucas, I get it. You just want a baby chocobo on your arm. Just be honest. Imagine this little chocobo flying around like an insect. Bzz, 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 and it's like pecking at the monster. What do you mean, bro? Come on. I know what you're doing. Where do we vote for these? I don't think we can vote yet, but it will be on the official Monster Hunter website whenever they're ready. I think that we'll get the vote on these in July. At some point in July, you'll be able to vote for these. Golden Alabastro Greatsword. It looks alright, but I'm not really the biggest fan of this one. A rose bow. It actually shoots roses. How very romantic. The Arc of Roses. The effects after throwing the arrows have petals that come out of them along the way. How very romantic. See, now this is what I'm fucking talking about right here. Look at this shit. This is what I'm talking about. Look at it. It's a fucking dragon, okay? It's got, like, explosions. This is the good shit right here. Look at this. Scorched Jaw. That's what we're talking about. Look at the drill worm stake cannon. Look at that. Look at this fucking thing. See, now this This is what we're looking for right here, brother. Ruri wants a cannon that shoots a baby Dodogama. Yeah, that shoots the baby Dodogama in the face. That's what we're looking for. Look at this badass weapon. This is a man's weapon right here. Focus strike. I mean, just look at it. It opens up when you do Wyvern Fire. Right? When you're doing Wyvern Fire, it opens the maw. And it's like, there's a piston constantly pumping while it's unsheathed. Dude, it's fucking metal as hell. I love this. This is amazing. I saw this one the other day, dude. It's just a Rajang. And when it's fully charged, it gives you the thumbs up. Bro. That's badass, dude. Oh my god. People are so creative with this stuff. I love it. Dude, look at another one. Look at this one. Look at this. The Royal Arclight. I love weapon designs like this as well. Look at this Wyvern Fire, bro. Look at it. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's another one. Look at this. Look at this. I like both of them, okay? I love both of these. This one or the other one, absolutely peak. Absolutely peak designs. Love both of them. Can you share the page, please, after you watch them? I mean, you just search on X for hashtag weapon entry, and you'll find all of these. That's the way that I'm doing. There's no, like, page or anything. These are just submitted on X. I think this stream is in 3 minutes. I have it open here, don't worry. Whenever it starts premiering, we'll open it. The Shell and Maw. Dual blades. Demon form, they go dark. And when they're not demon form, they go like angel. I'm assuming this is inspired by Zoshia. Yeah, inspired by Zoshia. Looks cool. I'm not big into... I was gonna say I'm not big into fist weapons, but goddamn, if the friggin' what's the name of Godric? It's Godric, right? The Godric fist that we use on Night Rain, the fucking meme weapon. I'm gonna be real. That one's like, look, another one. You guys are right. Everything is cooler if it has a gun on it. The High Noon Dust Howler. Look at it. It's even got a cool hat. Listen, I don't even need it for the sword. I just want that hat. I want the hat. Okay, that's what I need in the game. I need this hat. Longsword mains know what they want for their weapon, and they want a gun longsword. That's what they want. They need a gun longsword. Gunfire sound effects. That's pretty badass. I can get behind this. I can get behind this. All the Latinos know. All the Latinos know. This would be the highest damaging weapon in the whole game, bro. This is the highest damage. Like, you know, anybody who has a Latina mother, you know what this is like, bro. You get that chancla to the face, bro. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. What's going on? Ah, yes, gorgeous YouTube premiere sound. Ugh. I hate it. I hate the default one. I gotta talk to Jonah. Listen, Jonah, you guys gotta use the sci-fi one. That's the best. We should actually change this to 1440p because it's a little bit more stable. We're gonna maximize this. We're gonna be good to go. All right, you guys have to listen to a little bit of it. I'm gonna max out the volume as soon as this is done. Here we go.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Capcom Spotlight. For today's show, we'll be covering updates to games that are out now, plus new info
Kunitsu-Gami as
on
well?
upcoming titles. This includes behind-the-scenes info from our developers, so be sure to watch until the end. Now, let's take a look at today's first title.
What are we getting? What comes after dreaming? Is this Pragmata? I think
The
this is
future.
Pragmata.
It isn't just a dream. It's a promise. One we're turning into reality. With our third generation of Luna filament and advanced generative AI, we're reshaping the line between dreams and reality. We create life for our future. Delphi Corporation.
Now let's see about getting paths through to Earth. And why are these things trying to kill us?
There you are. All better.
You patched me up?
I am DI-03367. They are
Diana.
program ready.
Hang on a second. Don't you have a name or something? I'm good. Get behind me!
I think I can help.
Yeah, this is the
Targets
same trailer.
identified. Neutralizing threats.
Neutralize us?
Looks like we're gonna have to fight our way through. What the?
Bypassing first and second firewalls. Hooking control protocols. Initiating hack.
Hey, D.I.
I said I am
Okay.
DI-0.
Look, how about we call you Diana?
Diana?
I'm hoping they're going to bring somebody on to talk more about it, show us more gameplay.
Introducing Capcom's newest IP, Pragmata. An all-new
Pragmata?
science fiction action adventure
Pragmata?
with a unique hacking twist. It's been a while since we first announced it, but we're excited to have the game ready for you in 2026.
Just make sure to take your time and get it right.
Today we will go over some of the unique points of Pragmata. Encountering an android with a heart. You play as Hugh Williams, a member of a team sent to investigate a lunar research facility that's lost contact. When a lunar quake strikes, Hugh is separated from the team. He finds himself saved by Diana, an android girl.
There you are. All better.
Now they must work together to return to Earth. Hugh, a bit sarcastic, but a kind soul. And Diana, a curious and enigmatic android. This is how an unlikely adventure between a human and android begins. A mix of puzzle and action.
Yeah, I wanted to see
In
more on this.
Pragmata, combat begins with disarming the enemy's armor. Otherwise, you will find it difficult to inflict any real damage.
You have
This
to do
is
the
where
hacking
Diana
minigame.
comes in.
Yeah.
Let's use her hacking ability on this enemy. Moving the cursor through the panel, you take down their armor. And now, it's Hugh's turn. Take aim at the enemy's weak points. Passing
the
through
glowy
more
bits.
blue nodes increases damage, and the enemy's
Oh.
armor stays exposed for longer. With an arsenal of unique weapons, take on the rampaging bots. What enemy will you hack first? What weapon will you use?
This is gonna.
Thinking on
People
the
that
fly in the
struggle.
heat of combat and how you handle the multi-sided situation will be key for success.
People that struggle with like
We
multitasking are
can't
gonna
wait
hate
for you
this.
to try this compelling new combat system. The AI-controlled
interesting.
Lunar Research Station. In Pragmata, your adventures take place at a lunar research station. They are researching
Sites,
a new
thank you very
material
much for
that can
becoming
be
grossly
used to
incandescent.
3D print
Tip of the
almost
hat.
anything,
Should support. Thank you.
from microchips to cars and giant structures. Now, however, the Lunar Research Station seems void of human activity. Only the lifeless world and the AI remain. Use your thrusters to move around the Lunar Research Station. You will also need to hack the systems blocking your progress. By combining their abilities, you and Diana can explore this world together. Pragmata will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, and Steam. This summer, we'll also have public hands-on for Pragmata.
I guess I gotta go to Gamescom.
Experience the gameplay you just saw firsthand, including the thrilling combination of puzzle and action combat. We are looking forward to many more events where you can get your hands on Pragmata. Please look out for more information on Pragmata on our official social channels, website, and stores. And don't forget to follow and to add Pragmata to your wish list.
This game will be very big niche because of multitask requirements. That's fine.
Check out the latest trailer for Sagat.
Dark Souls used to be a niche game.
番組をご覧の皆さん、こんにち
Monster
は。
Hunter used
スト
to be
リ
a
ートファイ
niche
ター
game.
6のディレクター中山です。本日は私から皆様に最新情報をお届けいたします。6月5日に任天堂スイッチ2にもストリートファイター6を発売することができました。より多くの方々にゲームを遊んでいただいて、開発一同大変嬉しく思っています。また先日イヤー3に登場するキャラクターのラインナップも発表させていただきました。イヤー3ではサガット、クリムゾンバイパー、アレックス、そしてイングリッドが登場する予定です。さて本日はイヤー3最初に登場するサガットの映像を少しだけではありますがご用意いたしました。どうぞご覧ください。
Hey, come on, let's go! Wait for me!
Big boy Sagat. Carry that all the way there to then just smash it.
The Emperor of Muay Thai, Sagat, is ready for battle. Players can also get the World Tour experience with Sagat deep in the mountains of Thailand. The Emperor makes his landing on August 5th. To prepare for Sagat's release, the Sagat Arrives Fighting Pass will be available starting from July 4th. premium rewards include Sagat's Wanderer avatar gear. And we've also prepared some throwback stickers and emotes. From Sagat's days as the boss of the original Street Fighter. We're also increasing the amount of content in the Fighting Pass that can be used in Fighting Ground.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Use EX Color. Ken's EX Color.
The hell? That's Ken? Ken's had it rough. Like, what the fuck, Capcom? Jesus
as well
Christ.
As art and effects to use
Ken's
with
had
the
it
game's
real
Challenger
rough.
customization feature.
Poor Ken, dude. Why does
We're also
Capcom
prepping
hate
music
Ken?
tracks to use in fights and more for players. Please check it out. Finally, we have information about the long-anticipated Outfit 4 content. Check out the designs of the 7 characters that will receive Outfit 4 content with the Sagat update. Cammy,
Canhead Knuff.
Luke, Chun-Li, Manon, Jamie, Kimberly, and Aki. We're continuing work on Outfit 4 content for these characters.
They know
And
what
of
people
course,
want.
are working on Outfit 4 for the rest of the roster. So please stay tuned.
本日の情報は以上となりますが、いかがだったでしょうか。今回ご紹介したキャラクターやファイティングパスなどについて皆様にお届けできるよう開発チーム一丸となって最終調整に取り組んでおります。後日サガットのゲームプレイトレーラーの公開も予定しておりますので楽しみにしていただければと思います。これからもストリートファイター6をどうぞよろしくお願いします。
Next, an update from Capcom Esports. We'd like to tell you about the Capcom Pro Tour, a global competition for the world's best players. Players the world over will battle it out in regional qualifying tournaments. The Capcom Pro Tour 2025 Singles Tournament Tour is now accepting entries. Anyone is welcome to join. Compete for a spot in the Capcom Cup 12 tournament, which will determine the world champion. Just like last year, the tournament will be held in the Ryogoku Kokugikan Arena in Japan. The champion of this year's tournament will once again receive a whopping $1 million prize. You won't want to miss out on the intense battles this year as players fight to become world champion. For more information about the tournament schedule and how to enter, check the Capcom Esports website. This acclaimed new fusion of action and
I like
strategy,
Kunitsu-Gami.
Kunitsu-Gami, Path of the Goddess, has released on the Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh! That's cool.
In
This is
this
actually a pretty
original
good game for the Switch.
Japanese-inspired world, with exhilarating dance-like sword action, strategize and fight alongside villagers as you enjoy this unique game experience.
See, this is another
You can
game that
also
you could
use
say
the
is
new
niche.
features of the Switch 2 and play using mouse controls.
This absolutely is a niche title, but I'm glad they did it.
Have fun
It's a
playing
fun
with
game.
the controls you want. Compatible with handheld mode. You can enjoy the game anytime, anywhere. Kunitsu-Gami, Path of the Goddess, is available now.
Shadow dropped onto the Switch.
Also, the action and strategy is further enhanced with the new extra content, Otherworldly Venture, added to
Ooh.
all available platforms.
For free today?
In the Otherworld, beyond the Torii gates, protect the maiden from nightly attacks of the sea. As you earn rewards by outlasting each wave of enemies. On an ever-changing battlefield, determine who will fight and win, and how to best use your rewards. Aim for a high score amid infinite strategies in this challenging and satisfying gameplay mode. How
Hey,
long
Willie
will you
Rodriguez.
be able to defend the maiden from the seethe in the Otherworld?
This looks good.
Following its initial release on July 19th last year, Kunitsu-Gami, Path of the Goddess, will celebrate its 1-year anniversary next month. We have prepared a small token of our appreciation for the many fans who have played the game.
That's cool. What's this? Yashihichi?
Presenting Yashichi Waves, a Mazo talisman that changes some music in the main game to 8-bit style. This can be obtained in a free update available at a later date to both new and existing players. Please look forward to the update coming soon.
Do people even play this thing? Absolutely, it was a fun game.
Kunitsu-Gami, Path of the Goddess, is available now on all shown platforms. Try the game's unique experience for yourself now. Next, please take a look at today's lineup of Capcom titles. 8 action and fighting games make their returns, including the legendary Capcom vs. SNK series. Enjoy training mode and a gallery featuring sounds and artwork, as well as easy-to-use one-button specials. Capcom Fighting Collection 2 is available now. Reclaim your destiny. A remaster from the swordplay action series Onimusha. A memorable cast of characters returns to weave their deep and complex tale anew. Experience the classic graphics and gameplay refined for modern consoles.
When's this one coming
The
out?
remaster of Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny is available now.
Has it already come out?
Onimusha Way of the Sword. The next entry in the swordplay action
Was
game
this a
series
Shadow
is
Drop?
coming in 2026. Set in early Edo period Kyoto, the protagonist, Miyamoto Musashi, will face his formidable
it's been
rival,
out for a
Sasaki Ganryu. How will the clash between them unfold? Stay tuned for more.
I need to play that at some point.
Capcom Digital
Rogan, they're
Sale
just
is
gonna
here.
focus on title update.
Monster Hunter Wilds is on sale for the first time. Experience the most evolved action and improved immersion in any Monster Hunter to date. Also, make sure to check out other Monster Hunter games.
Stories is a very
In
underrated
celebration
series.
of the horror series' latest thrilling news, Resident Evil games are on sale at great prices. But that's not all. Dragon's Dogma 2, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics,
Aren't you
Ace Attorney
remaster
titles
Monster
and
Hunter
more
4
are on sale
Ultimate?
too.
Cowards!
Don't miss out on this great chance to pick
For
up these
Ultimate!
must-play hit games.
The people have spoken! We want 4
From the
Ultimate
creators of the
Remaster!
latest Resident Evil.
開発のコンセプトは病みつきになる恐怖というのを掲げて
Our
ま
core
す。
concept for this
恐
game
怖を
was
乗り越える
addictive
ね
fear.
気持ちよさ。
There's something
そこの
about the
カタルシ
catharsis
ス
you get from
ということの
overcoming
脳
your
汁が出
fears.
るんですよね。それ自
It
体
creates
が
an
もっとや
addiction
りた
that
い、
makes you
遊
want
び
to
たいと
play
いう中
more,
毒性を
do
持る。
more.
そこに
That intense
徹底的に
focus,
フォー
while
カスしてみた
scary,
ら
makes a really
怖い
fun
け
game.
どゲームとしても楽しい、そういうのが作れるん
This
じゃない
served
か
as
な
our
っていうのが
launching point for
僕の
Requiem.
出発点でした。
Ooh.
バイオハザード
Resident
レクイエム
Evil
は
Requiem is an offline
シングルプレイ
single-player game.
かつ、オフラインのゲームとなっています。バイオハザードで一番重要
Horror is one
な
of the
のは
most important
恐怖体
aspects
験
of
だ
the
と思うんですけれど
Resident
も
Evil series.
今作におい
So
て
we
はその
wanted to make
恐
this
怖
fear
体験というところ
factor
にしっかり
the key
フィーチャーした
feature of
内
the
容に
gameplay.
仕上がっているんじゃないかなと思ってます。
今回の主人公は
Protagonist this time is an intelligence analyst for the FBI, Grace Ashcroft. She's introverted and easily scared. She's a new type of character for the Resident Evil series.
プレイヤーと同じ目線
We
で
wanted someone that
一緒になっ
experiences
て怖が
horror
れる
from the
そういう
same
キャラクタ
perspective
ー
as the
を
player.
やっています物語の中でもちろん彼女も
She learns to overcome her fears throughout the course of the story.
FBI 捜査官
But she's also an analyst for the FBI who's trained with guns
冷静な推理力とかも
and is able to act with calm and deductive reasoning.
レオンを主人公にしようっていうのは
We always thought about making Leon the protagonist.
どうしてもレオンを
Making a horror
使った
game based around him is
バッチバチの
difficult.
ホラーっていうのが割と難しくて落ちてきたバケツに
You wouldn't jump at something like a bucket
そういうレオンっ
falling.
てそんなみんな
No
見
one
たく
wants
ない
to see
やろ
Leon scared by every
じゃ
little
あホラー
thing.
と食い合わせ
So
悪い
he's
よな
actually
っていう
quite a
のを
bad match for
やっぱり思うんです
horror.
けど
ファーストトレーラーご覧になってわかるよ
I
う
was
に
shown the first trailer. Grace gets caught up in a lot of different situations.
PV で断
You
片
only
的
see
に
a
は入
few
ってるんです
brief
けれども
glimpses in the
逆
trailer,
さずり
but a lot of
一つとって
effort
も
was put
顔
into
の
things
赤
like
ら
the
み
redness
高揚
of
感
her
であったり
face,
とかうっ血してる表現あとは
from
髪の毛
being
もかなり
hung
力を入
upside
れてま
down,
して
and the
自分たち
realistic
でスタッフと一緒に
development team
プロの
actually
方を呼
called
ん
a
で実際にウィッグ
professional
を使って
to make a wig
そ
to
こから
use
シ
as
ミ
a
ュレーション
model
し
to
て
create
CG
the
に落
hair
とし込んだりとか
graphics.
もしています
Damn.
バイオハザードレクイエムは
Resident
ですね
Evil Requiem will allow players to freely switch between
2つの視点
first
で
and
自由
third
に切
person
り替えなが
perspective.
ら遊ぶことができます主観視点だとその恐怖を間
You
近
can
に
either
感じる
experience
こ
the
とが
horror
で
up
きて
close,
緊張感のある
intense
臨
realistic
場感のあ
gameplay
る
through first
ゲー
person
ムプレイっていうのが
perspective,
可能になります三人称視
or
点だ
over
と
the
キ
shoulder
ャラク
camera
タ
with
ーの
third
肩
person
越しでの視点
perspective.
というところでアクションそういったところがよく見えるゲームプレイになると思いますのでアクションが好きだなって
Third
思
person
う方に
perspective
は
is great for
三人称
people
視
who
点の
enjoy
方がお
action
すすめ
heavy
です
gameplay. I kind of feel like third person just gives you an advantage.
滅菌作戦以降
Game set about 30 years after the missile
30
strike on Raccoon City.
ゲームの舞台として登場します
その当時アンブレラ
The
事件
series became really popular with
シリー
stories
ズが
set
ヒットして
during the original
それ以降
zombie outbreak, and
様々
since
な
then
キャ
we've
ラク
seen
タ
a
ー
lot
た
of
ちが
characters face
いろん
hardships
な
due to
ラクーン
Raccoon
シティ
City.
で起きた事件をきっかけに立ち向かっていくようになったり
But faced
人間
those
成長
hardships
した
and
り
grown.
そこに今回この表現
Figuring out how to tell a
を
story
添える
which came off of what
作り
came
手として
before
は
was
やっぱ
actually
り
quite a
かなり
daunting
緊張感を持
undertaking
って
that I was
臨ませて
very
もらった
nervous
っていうのが
about.
大きかったですね
ラクーン事件
There were a lot of characters who were involved in the original outbreak, who lost their lives or were changed drastically as a result of it.
そういった登場人物が
So many characters have come out of Resident
レクイエ
Evil.
ムは
This game is a requiem, a eulogy to those who came before.
もっと言うとバイオハザード
Resident
シリー
Evil
ズ
is a series that
ラクーン
was
事件
born
アンブレラ
from
をきっか
Umbrella
け
and
に
the Raccoon
生まれ
City
たシリ
zombie
ーズの
outbreak.
ある種一つの区切り
We
という
chose the
意味で
title Requiem to mark a milestone in the series.
バイオハザードレクイエムは2026
February
年2
27th,
月27日に発売予
2026.
定です2026年3月にバイオハ
March
ザードシリーズ
2026 marks the
30
series 30 years
周年を迎えます
anniversary.
30周年記
We
念
hope
タイ
that
トル
this
の
title's
名に
release
恥じぬような
lives up to
ゲームと
30 years
し
of
て本
games.
作リリースしたいなというふうに思っております
A little bit concerned at the February release date, because, you know, February
大きく方針を転換
quarters.
してですね
実写映画を
It's a
目
big
指
change
す
of
という
policy.
と
We
ころ
wanted
で
it to look like a live action
Further
movie.
interviews with the creators that didn't fit into today's presentation will be released today on the Resident Evil portal.
More news on the Resident Evil
Register your
website.
Capcom ID to see the rest.
ラクーンシティってい
They
うとこ
really
ろは
want
基
people
本
to do
触
the
っちゃいけない
Capcom
もんだ
ID thing.
Get ready, hunters.
Ayo!
The guild has authorized a new Monster Hunter showcase for
Here
you.
we go, boys.
皆さんこんにちは。モンスターハンター
こんにちは
ワイルズプロデューサーの辻本です。
Ryoza Tsujimoto, producer of
お
Monster
かげ
Hunter
さまで
Wilds.
多くのハンター
Very
の皆
pleased
様
to
に
hear
楽
that
し
so
んでい
many
た
of
だい
you
てお
are
ります。
enjoying our
本当
game.
にありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
今日はタイトル
Today
ア
I'll
ップ
be
デー
talking
ト
about
第
the
2弾
second
の
title
情
update,
報をディレクターたちと
along
一緒
with
に
the
ご紹介したい
directors.
と思います。それではご紹介いたします。
Let them introduce themselves.
はい、モンスターハンターワイルズ
I'm Kaname Fujioka, Monster Hunter Wilds director. Pleased to meet you. Lanceman.
モンスターハンターワイルズ
I'm Yu Takuda, Monster Hunter Wilds director. Pleased to meet you.
はい、それでは早速です
Let's get
が
straight into it.
無料タイトルアッ
Here's a
プデ
video
ート
showcasing
第
the
2弾
second
の
free
プロ
title
モーショ
update.
ン映像をご覧ください。どうぞ。
There he is! Oh my god, the music. Whoa! Is that a new area in the Scarlet Forest? We do go underwater with him! Arc-Temperate Uthduna? Wait. A fender? What? Layered weapons? The Caravanier's jacket! What the bro, the Caravanier's jacket! I want that hat! Don't mess with me, Capcom! I want the hat! Wait. So there is underwater combat! It's not underwater combat. It's gonna be like a puzzle section. It's gonna be like a puzzle section. That's what I think. Uh-oh. I already knew it was him. I had it spoiled. Steve's back! Welcome back, Steve. Available on Monday. Oh, so it's not tonight.
はい、というわけでいよいよ皆様に
We can finally talk to y'all about Legaia Cruz. What a surprise. World turned upside down inside mission something
グローバルいろ
tuna.
んなところに行っても本当にラギア人気がすごくってすごい期待されて
すごい期待
今回ようやく皆様に、登場させることをお知らせできたと。実はモンスターハンタートライっていうタイトルからラギアクロスっていうのが出てるんですけど、そこはねちょっとラギアクロスの開発秘話的なところ。
モンスターハンタートライを立ち上げましょう。
When we first started working on Monster Hunter Try, we wanted to create underwater battles as a sort of selling point. To make those engaging enough, we had to make Legaia Cruz himself interesting.
結構面白くならんといかんっていうのもあって。
So we tried creating a monster that could rival Rathalos. We got all our best people together and formed this sort of Legaia Cruz team. Back then you were in charge of the monsters, right, Tokuda? Mr. Fujioka was the director, and it was the first time I'd worked on a flagship monster from the very beginning. From the planning stages all the way to the finding, tuning, and release. Make this monster the best it could be, exchanging opinions and ideas, it was quite the experience. Looking back on it now, it was an extremely special time for me as a creator, and Legaia Cruz always reminds me of it. Yeah. I'd like to explain what we focused on in Wilds. This time the underwater portions are more of an accent to the, yeah, like I thought. Most of the fighting takes place on land, so it's more like Ivory Legaia Cruz. It was a puzzle section, like I said. The first thing we wanted to accomplish was to expand the range of actions available to players in a way that fits this game's design. Also including what makes Legaia Cruz different. Legaia Cruz both in Try and Now has a unique silhouette. It looks especially cool when stretching out in the water. Really want to make sure that the impact of that got across. So even though you can't swing your weapon freely, we've implemented some small underwater-only actions. Yeah. Putting all that together, I think really created a really fun monster. First, because you can now hunt Legaia Cruz, that means you can also use its materials to forge new weapons and armor. Is there anything you want to mention in regards to that? Because it's been so long since it appeared, because we want everyone to enjoy it. That looks good. We've added an insect glaive, for example, because there wasn't one before. So now all the weapon types are represented. Our current staff very much understands our emotional attachment to these monsters. We did everything they could to do them justice.
面白い
I think they came out
仕上
very
がりにな
well.
ってると思います。
チェックするときに
When we were doing
担当じゃない
playtests,
子たちと
even
も
people
こう
who weren't involved would come over to watch.
するぐらい
Of course, it's Legaia Chris,
す
dude.
ごく
そう
really
ね
is.
ぜひ遊んでいただいてね、その辺はね、注目していただ
Hope
いて
everyone checks out and pays attention to the things we mentioned today. And then there's Steve. Pinecone Steve.
はい、そしてなんと
So Steve is also making an
セルレギオスが今回
appearance this time.
登場しますということで、まあセルレギオスは
Steve is from
元々
Monster Hunter 4
4G と
Ultimate.
いうタイトルから登場しているタイトルで、モンスターハンター4の
Overseas
無
fans
印が
never got
海外
Monster
版
Hunter
出てなくて
4, but they did get
本
Monster
誌
Hunter
から出て
4
るので
Ultimate.
海外の人も結構
So I think a lot of them
セ
will
ルレ
be
ギオス
familiar
馴染みある
with
んじゃないかな
Steve.
と思うんですけど、ちょっと今回のセルレギオス
Let's get into how the monster will be realized this time.
軽くでもしてもらえたら。
もともと
Originally, Steve was good at spinning.
高くて、こうまあレウスと違ってちょっとこう
It could
小回り
make
の
sharp
利く
turns, unlike
感じとスピーディ
Rathalos.
ーなやり取りみ
That
たいな
was the original
元々の
concept to make it a
コンセプトにあって
fast-paced fight.
そのあたりちょっと今回なんです
So
ね。
this
まあ
time,
モンスターハンター 4G
I
の
was the
時
lead
も
game
僕
designer
が
on
まあメイ
Monster
ンプ
Hunter
ラ
4
ンナ
Ultimate
ー
2.
として、まあ自らこう、
That was the last monster I designed myself from concept to finalization. Use these sort of leg movements and its blade scale attacks to build its rhythm. And shaped it into the type of monster that can sort of finish you off with a spinning leg swipe. Person animation provided a really good idea. It was for an attack where it would kick diagonally while moving. There were a lot of monsters that would sidestep up, down. There weren't many that would move diagonally, let alone attack while doing so. I thought that made a really interesting and unique monster. Oh my god, that armor looks good. So this time we took that aspect and upgraded it. It's an agile monster that you can enjoy dancing with in battle. That's what makes Steve fun, I think. Both Legiacrus and Seregius will appear in the locales as 8-star tempered monsters. Yes! They're pretty formidable opponents. Good. Strength 5. Strength 5, Tokura-san! What the...
For the second Arch-Tempered monster, we'll have Arch-Tempered Uth-Duna appear for a limited time. You'll be able to forge the new armor sets, Uth-Duna Gamma and Feline Uth-Duna Gamma. Arch-Tempered Uth-Duna will arrive in the future as an event quest and free challenge quest.
Additional systems.
Crafting the final weapon in a tree allows you to use that weapon as layered equipment.
Okay.
For Artian weapons, you'll get it after fully reinforcing the Rarity 8 weapon. For Palico weapons, you'll need to forge high-rank weapons. We're adding brightness settings and filter effects to photo mode.
I'd rather more camera control. Camera control is not
And
fantastic.
in the character display tab, you'll be able to hide your handler, Palico, Sacred,
No
and
more
more.
photobombing, Alma!
We're planning on continuing to update photo mode to make it easier to use.
Better camera controls, please.
We've added the ability to swap handlers.
What?
You'll now be able to travel with Eric instead of Alma.
Heresy. But Alma's my wife. Stop.
As for support hunters, Mina, a hunter from Vespai unit who wields a sword and shield, will be added.
Base sword and shield user? Yes.
You'll also now be able to select which support hunters participate in quests. Furthermore, by playing with content added in the update, you'll be able to obtain a myriad of rewards.
He has no hat! I need the Caravanier's hat! What do you mean?
Event quests
Capcom's
that allow
just
you
messing
to
with
forge
me now.
special equipment. Quests that make it easier to obtain armor spheres and decorations. A challenge quest featuring Mizutsune.
Hells yeah.
And a free challenge quest featuring Arch-Tempered Uth-Duna will be available for a limited time.
Bring it on, belly flop boy. Are they going to sell an
はい、
actual guitar?
ここでコラボジェスチャーが入手できるイベントクエストについてお知らせしたいと思います。フェンダーさんよりモンスターハンター20周年を記念したコラボレーションギターモンスターハンターリオレウステレキャスターが3月21日から発売しております。でゲームの方ではですね期間限定で配信予定のイベントクエストをクリアすることでこちらのギターが登場するコラボジェスチャーがなんと入手できますということになっております。今回のコラボコラボが決まった時から結構チームもねノリノリでいろいろやってくれていろいろな今回こだわりがあるんですけどちょっといくつか紹介してもらえます？
ギターはそのまままず 3D スキャン、自社で取れるのがあるのでそのままの形がゲームに出せるようにして使用感とかそういうのもちょっとデザイナーのこだわりの部分で出してあげたりとかして実際のちょっと使用感のあるようなところまでこだわって再現してますと。音自体も実際のサウンドチームの人が演奏してくれてその音そのまま使ってるんですけどアニメとかもそのキャプチャー撮る時も、サウンドのその演奏者の方にちゃんと指の動きを習ってコードが間違ってないかとか、チェックしてもらいながら全部の
They actually captured the notes?
撮ってますんで、それなりに楽しいジェスチャーになってるんじゃないかなと思います。
来週会場とかでもすごくこう映えるジェスチャーになるんじゃないかなと思います。
キャプチャー撮ってたじゃないですか。アイルームめっちゃ踊ってたじゃないですか。あれも実際にジェスチャーしたらオトマイルもあれをやってくれるってことですよね。
The Palico does an air guitar.
めっちゃ弾けてたね。
全然関係なく音もらしい。
そういうのもぜひ見てほしいですね。
楽しくみんなで楽しんでもらえたらなと思います。
Aka, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat, appreciate support. Thank you. Downloadable content, here it comes.
There will be a range of DLC with this title update as well.
Free downloadable content.
There will be 4 kinds of dance gestures as free DLC.
Oh. This is usually paid
and
stuff.
And a cosmetic DLC Pack 2 as paid DLC.
There it is.
Those with the Premium Deluxe Edition or the Cosmetic DLC Pass will automatically obtain it.
The hat that Ruri wants will be paid DLC. It better not.
There will also be other DLC not included in packs.
They really should have held off on these. They should have held off on these the performance stuff. Hey, new festival.
In the
Flame
summer,
Fete.
there will be a seasonal event called Festival of Accord Flame Fete. During seasonal events, the decorations and meals at the Grand Hub will change.
Oh my God! Look at that chunk of meat.
During the event, you will be able to get limited time only equipment, gestures, pop-up camp decorations, and more. Festival of Accord Flame Fete will begin July 23rd. Let's make this summer a hot one to remember.
Here we go.
ここからは今後のスケジュールについておさらいいたします。無料タイトルアップデート第2弾はご覧の日程で配信予定です。追加モンスターラギアクルス、セルレギオスが登場します。また武器の重ね着装備などシステム追加を予定しています。夏の季節イベント交わりの祭事踊り火の儀を開催します。イベントクエストにて歴戦王ウズトゥナが登場します。フェンダースペシャルコラボのジェスチャーが入手できるイベントクエストを期間限定で配信します。はい、今ご紹介、いろいろさせてもらいましたが、他にも細かい調整とか入ってるところもあるんですよね。
Performance、talk about performance. Come on.
タイトルアップデート第2弾では、ハンマーの調整として新しく、ハンマー総裁成功した後に追撃するモーションというのを追加しています。その他もですね、遊びやすくなる調整っていうのを各種進めておりますので、詳細はディレクターレターやパッチノートの方をご確認いただければと思います。
Director's letter coming soon to the website. Okay.
番組をご覧いただきありがとうございました。タイトルアップデート第2弾の詳しい情報は公式サイトや SNS をご覧ください。タイトルアップデート第3弾は秋頃に配信予定です。追って皆様に情報をお届けする予定ですのでお待ちいただければと思います。本日はこれにて以上となります。最後は、いつもの掛け声で、終わろうと思っております。よろしいでしょうか。はい、せーの、一狩り行こうぜ。
Wait, they didn't say happy hunting in English? No tease. I expected a tease.
That
of
does
the
it
next
for
monster.
today's presentation. Thank you for watching. Before you go, we'll be holding a survey about today's show. Viewers of this broadcast are invited to take part on the Capcom Spotlight website. Participants will receive a free wallpaper as thanks. A Capcom ID is required to participate, so take this opportunity to sign up if you haven't already. We at Capcom are excited to share more news in the future. Please look forward to our next broadcast. See you next time.
Supposedly the next monster is a collab. Okay, I'm hoping that's not like... I don't even want to talk too much about that. Let's jump into the website. See if they've already updated it. We should have... Oh, this is the May update. What the hell is this? Oh, it's Stellar Blade. That was like Stellar Blade stuff all of a sudden. My bad. Let me go ahead. Get this going. Okay, now let me see. Did they not update? I guess they haven't updated the website yet, because there's no roadmap here. Yeah, it doesn't seem like... The latest one is still the Street Fighter 6. Yeah, there's no update to the website yet. Okay. Stellar Blade collab with Monster Hunter confirmed by Rurikhan. Yeah, absolutely. That's 100% what you should take from it. So, let me go into the official YouTube website, because I'm sure that stuff's going to be there. I want to at least look at the... Wait, this probably we probably have to go to Capcom to say. Okay, here we go. So, on Monday, June 30th, we're getting Legiacris, we're getting Steve, layered weapons, as well as a couple of additional features. Then the next thing is going to be July 23rd is when we're going to get the Festival of Accord, Flame Fete. Flame Fete. He said Flame Fate for some reason. It's not Flame Fate, it's Flame Fete, which this is actually from French, I think. At least it seems to be somewhat inspired by French, because that's what... You know, fête is party in French, so the fire party essentially is kind of like the overall idea of what we're getting here. Now, the one thing that I would say about FlameFet is that it needs way more event quests than what we got for Spring. Spring did not, because I feel like, and I could be misremembering, because I don't remember all the things that came with the first Spring Festival that we got in World, but it feels like there was more events. Like, people stuck around longer, whereas Springfest you could kind of do it like a couple of days, except for, I mean, you could do it in a couple of hours except for the tickets. The tickets is what really took days if you wanted to just be chill about it, log in, get your login rewards, do all of that. So I feel like one of the things I got to do is double down on the amount of event quests on this. The website's updated. Damn, they were waiting for me to get out of it to update it. They were like, okay, is Rurikhan gone? Okay, good. Update the website now. Deploy the update. There's no. You lied to me. Why would you do that? It's still just the Street Fighter stuff. They're going to release the previous events during the festival? Yes. Page info page. Update information, what, here? No. There's nothing here. Click on the old letter. Is there a new one there? The same thing. This is the May thing. There's nothing here, bro. Damn it. Okay, here it is. Update information. Must install the latest version of Monster Hunter Wilds. Monday, PlayStation 5, 7 gigs. Graphics been added. It's available as an extra mission. To unlock the extra mission, must be at least Hunter rank 31. Have completed both the main mission, World Turned Upside Down, and the side mission, Forest do Shaguma. Tempered Lagiacrus has been added. Will appear when you are Hunter rank 41 plus after completing Lagiacrus exit mission. Steve has been added and is available in an extra mission. To unlock the extra mission, you must be at least Hunter rank 31 and have had completed the main mission of World Turned Upside Down. Tempered Steve has been added and will appear when you are Hunter rank 41 plus after completing the Steve extra mission. Arc Tempered Uthduna has been added. It will be made available in a future event quest. Tempered monsters will now appear in monster herds. New equipment and skills have been added. Ooh, new skills? New pendants and stickers have been added. New voice lines, pose sets, gestures have been added. One of the things that I would say, I think it would have definitely been better for them to hold off on paid DLC until they had performance more under control. I think that would have been a very good touch, but I didn't expect it. Like, I expected everything to come out exactly the way that they had planned because they're very strict about this type of stuff. New sacred decorations have been added. Hunter and Pet, like, I could even tell you guys an example. I'm not going to, but this is like behind the scenes stuff that took place at Capcom where I did something and it... Listen, they're strict, okay? They're strict. So whenever a show is laid out, the show goes out the way that they planned it. But I still think it would have been nice if they didn't have the paid DLC there until performance had been figured out. But yeah, new secret decorations have been added. Hunter and Palico layered weapons have been added. The beta sets of Hunter armor have been added to layer armored settings. For any alpha versions you have already unlocked, you will also automatically obtain the beta versions. Are there versions that are different? I thought they were like the same. Seeing that flying thing in the background, one in the trailer. Thin Vo, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat, appreciate the support. All right. Let me see what you're talking about. You said 118? It's a Hirobami. It's a Hirobami. Yeah, it's a Hirobami. Right? This is a Hirobami. Yeah, it's Hirobami. Bum, bum, bum. But yeah, as I was saying, like, beta and alpha sets, aren't they like the same? Added new background poses, nameplates, and title to hunter profiles. Added new support hunters, Mina, Sword and Shield, and Fabius. You can get Fabius to join? That's pretty badass. Which will become available to join quests after completing the main mission of Hunter's Pride. Fabius will only be available during a limited time seasonal event. Aw, man! Bro. Why is Fabius only available limited time? What the fuck? Added a feature at the quest counter that allows the player to select which support hunters will join you when using an SOS flare. Base and facilities added item boxes outside the hunter's tent in each base camp and the grand hub. Added an outdoor item box, camp gear option that can be set up at pop-up camps. The change, so this is basically so that you don't have to go inside the tent. You can just go there and the box will be there. The changed lobby menu can now be accessed at your tent in base camps or pop-up camps. Makes sense. You can now choose to switch your handler from Alma to Eric. Why would you do that? Alma is waifu. Stop the heresy. Alma is the handler, okay? This feature is unlocked after completing the Legagrus mission. Actually, it's pretty cool that they added this for people that want to change it. It's fine. Function has been added to the provision stockpile that allows you to trade for seasonal event items. Oh, convenient. New Festival Accord will be held from July 23 to August 6th. The following features will be temporarily modified during the Festival of Accord: the Handler's Outfit, Sacred Decoration, the Divas Song List, the Grand Hub Decorations, the Canteen Menu, Barrel Bowling, and Barrel Bowling Bombs. Eric's and Gemma's outfits can also be changed. Barrel Bowling now has additional reward slots as well as new special arrangement for seasonal events. Barrel Bowling Bombs during seasonal events also behave differently than normal large barrel bombs, making for a unique challenge. New limited bounty types have been added: Research Help Fishing and Research Help Endemic Life. New ranking categories have been added. Fish, Endemic Life added a feature that automatically selects armor spheres when upgrading armor at the smithy, which also converts excess points into armor spheres. Okay. Added feature that automatically selects reinforcement materials when reinforcing Ardian weapons at the smithy, which also converts excess points into materials. The extra side mission, Trembling Blue Currents, has been added. Mission becomes available to leaving the Scarlet Forest and going to another locale after having completed the main mission of World Turned Upside Down and the side mission Forest of Shaguma. Extra mission, Clear with a Chance of Sandstorm, has been added. This mission becomes available to complete the main mission of World Turned Upside Down. Side mission, New Fashion, Old Feelings, has been added. This mission becomes available after having completed the main mission, World Turned Upside Down, and the side mission, Smithy Seal of Quality. New area has been added to the Scarlet Forest. See, I told you guys it looked like a new area where we were fighting Legaicrus. This area becomes available at a certain point in the extra mission, Trembling Blue Currents. A new key dialogue has been added for Ferdinand in the Windward Plains base camp. Speak with him and complete the conditions to get a new pendant. The environment overview can now be checked at the Grand Hub and includes notifications on when events are currently being held, such as the Festival of Accord. Steam warning dialog now appears when trying to launch the application. When your GPU drivers are out of date, your operating system is not supported, or you are currently using compatibility mode. Damn. I think I've seen another game do this. Like, it warns you if your GPU drivers are out of date. So now, friggin' Monster Hunter is going to query NVIDIA and AMD servers to see what version of drivers people should be using. This is not necessarily a good thing, by the way, because the current NVIDIA drivers have been an absolute shit show. So NVIDIA drivers have been really, really bad over the last 6 months or so. There's people constantly downgrading drivers on NVIDIA GPUs. So drivers being out of date currently at least GPU drivers on the NVIDIA side of things, not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just a warning window. It doesn't force you to, you know, to actually go and update them. But yeah, this will be rough, especially if people are using a stable driver and they launch Wilds and Wilds goes like, oh, did you know there's a new driver? And people go like, oh, I should update my GPU driver. And then performance gets worse. Oh no. I would have advised against this. I'd be like, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's actually not do that. Let's let people sort out the driver part by themselves. Cause like what's gonna happen right now is now you're placing yourself in the hands of NVIDIA, and NVIDIA has been shitting the bed nonstop for the next semester or so. That's bad. DLSS4 and FSR4. FSR4 is going to be a game changer. What the fuck? I want that. I want to see what that's like. Wait, FSR4 needs a Radeon 9000 series? Fuck you, AMD! Fuck you! I have a 7900 XTX! Why the fuck does FSR not work on mine? Bro... Oh. Fucking end me, dude. They're just as bad. They're both scum, okay? They're both scum. NVIDIA is scum and AMD is scum. They're basically pulling an NVIDIA. They've never done this before, as far as I'm aware. They're pulling an NVIDIA. AMD's gone like, yep. Yeah, buddy, working for the big green man. Might as well work for us. That is some bullshit. Time to upgrade? Brother, I have a 7900 XTX. It is actually, in terms of like render units or whatever it is more powerful than a 9070. The only thing that it doesn't do better than a 9070 is RTX. God damn, bro. AMD and NVIDIA just being the absolute worst. Munch, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. The 50 series cards have been a cursed abomination. NVIDIA can't seem to fix anything right, but rather makes cards more expensive. Yeah. Some bullshit. Is it arbitrary or technology gate? It's technology gate. No, it's arbitrary. I mean, they're choosing to do that. Nah, bro. Fuck that shit. NVIDIA DLSS now supported for multi-frame generation in the frame generation graphics settings. If you are using an NVIDIA RTX 5000 series or higher, you can set the frame increase to 2 to 4 times with NVIDIA DLSS Auto, which dynamically turns the frame generation function. I hate fake frames, bro. The upscaling and frame generation settings in the graphics. Oh, God. Oh, no. Seems like their performance stuff is going to be mostly like, okay guys, we're fixing the fake frames and the upscaling. That's not what you want. That's not what you want. That is most definitely not what you want. It's about to get worse. I don't think it will get worse. But the problem is, this is not going to help people that aren't using frame generation and upscaling. They're only going to up basically these things that, I mean, I don't know what else the team is working on, and not to mention there's still like a lot to read through, so we haven't read through everything. So let's not jump to conclusions just yet. But that's kind of like the overall vibe that I'm getting here is that, okay, we're optimizing, you know, upscaling and frame generation, which is not, it's not the solution. So we'll see. Apparently they got to activate FSR on a 7900 XTX 2 weeks ago. I don't know how. Again, with the VRAM usage, like, bro, that's only one problem that will solve nothing on its own. If I remember correctly, the problem is not even VRAM. in most situations. Even my 5080 sometimes takes up 5 to 10 seconds to fully render the textures of the forge at the camp. It's still nuts. Like, I don't know how that's possible. Like, my 7900 XTX doesn't do that. 5 to 10 seconds to render textures of forge? Like, this doesn't happen to me at all. Anyway, you can now copy the lobby ID Hunter via the start menu. I can't believe this wasn't doable from the get-go. This was available in World. Like, that's weird. You can now copy the squad ID via the squad menu. Okay, new graphics setting was added, allows you to disable screen distortion effects caused by underwater lava areas. Added feature lets you quickly restock item pouch and ammo pouch. Ammo pouch not automatically restocked when activating an item loadout. Added take all feature, not this material retrieval facility. Remove all decoration. I remember asking for this, like literally the first time that I've ever went to Nada to go pick up stuff. I remember saying, why is there no take all? Added a remove all decorations function. That's good. Added the ability to check the squad leader's hunter profile from the squad card. Added the option that allows you to display the elapsed time of arena quests and related time attack type quests in the objectives. You can also check your previous best times. Equipment appearance can now be viewed via equipment info or palico info in the start menu. Conversation log can now be accessed via the start menu. Added options for effects and character display in photo mode. Gestures and poses can now also be selected while in first-person view. Added an all non-arena quests category in the Hunter Profile quest completion count page, which excludes total weapon usage from the count. What? This seems like so specific. All non-arena quests category. The existing all quests category has been moved to the bottom of the list. We've also added functionality to reset weapon usage counts from the target quest category. Can I reset all of those heavy bowgun uses that I have? Because heavy bowgun or light bowgun, I forget. Whatever bowgun's on by default. Can I remove those? I need to remove those. They're like a smudge in my weapon, in my weapon usage. You can now delete your best times data for arena quests recorded on the Hunter profile and quest board. Time submitted to the expedition record board's rankings cannot be deleted. Following options have been added: a health gauge warning option. Fixed. What is this? Health gauge warning. Oh, it's so that you can turn off the squigglies. That's good. I've heard a lot of people complain about that. Like, a lot of people didn't want it to have the squiggly lines on the thing. So that's a good thing. Fix display under display elapsed time for some quests. Activate skill item effects option. Isn't this the whole thing where it takes away the glow? Equip talisman effect option. Support hunter damage display. Excess item gathering settings. Yes! Yes! This is the one where whenever you, at least I'm assuming, this is the one where whenever you pick up something off the ground and the game goes like, oh, your pack is full. Would you like to send? Yes, obviously, I want to send this to the box. Otherwise, I wouldn't have picked it up. This probably just lets you set that up properly. Bug fixes and balance adjustments. Fix an issue where performing certain steps while barrel bowling could cause the game to no longer accept inputs. Made it less likely for the same barrel bowling pin setups to occur on consecutive days. Fix an issue where stumps sometimes appear floating in the sky in the Grand Hub. What the crap? Material retrieval item requests can now be performed during inclemencies in Kunafa and Azus, and item gathering will still continue to progress during inclemencies. That's a little bit loud. Adjust how often monsters will discover pop-up camps. Fix an issue where sneak attacks performed in the arena would sometimes not deal normal damage. Tempered wounds and future free challenge quests will now be found on fixed locations. Fixed an issue where the size of the target monster would change when accepting an investigation with only one remaining attempt. You can now regain control of your character slightly faster after starting a quest. Yes. Good. Player gathering actions have been adjusted to be more responsive overall, particularly while riding the Sacred. Yeah, mining on the Sacred was annoying. Crouched movement now also benefits from faster recovery time for the bleeding status effect. That was not a thing. Fix an issue where the effect of the skill Slicked Blade would not disappear when entering or exiting the training area. Fix an issue where players could have multiple types of large barrel bombs in their item pouch if they retrieve the previously placed large barrel bomb while in possession of a Blossom Barrel Bomb. What the fuck is a Blossom Barrel Bomb? Is that from the Blossom Fest? Fix an issue where the dash control had been switched to a single press, then dashing from a crouching position will result in the character starting a run motion instead of a dash when standing up. Fix an issue where the webbed state would not be properly removed by pure whilst delivery. Other minor fixes related adjustments have been made for all weapon actions. Oh, we got balancing for all the weapons out here. Shield attack, shield bash, hard bash, raw damage, stun values have been slightly increased. Buff the sword and shield, baby. Perfect rush finishing portion has had its raw damage slightly increased just to make it harder to consecutively chain the guard slash move into itself. Nerf! Mega nerf! People were cheesing with this, so I hear. That's what you get. That's what you fucking get. No more cheesing. Slightly increased the evade window for sliding swipe. Good. Chop and slide slash raw damage have been slightly decreased. Counter slash raw damage has been decreased. Fix an issue where focus strike would be unintentionally performed on the same wounds more than once on certain monsters. Bum bum bum. Looks like everybody's still mostly talking about performance. Yeah, look, there's not a lot I can say about performance, okay? Performance is bad. That's it. That's what I can say. Anyway. Dual Blades can now change your movement direction mid-movement when entering Demon Mode right after a dodge, while in Demon Boost Mode during Demon Mode, chaining a dodge into a Blade Dance now chains into a Blade Dance 2 instead. The big differences with this, I don't really play Dual Blades. However, this will default to Blade Dance 1 if there's not enough Demon Gauge left. Blade Dance 2 responsiveness has been improved. Movement speed during Demon Mode has been increased. Basic moves like Sixfold, Demon Slash, Demon Flurry, Rush, and Demon Flurry have had their raw damage increased. Screw Slicer raw damage, elemental scaling, and ailment scaling have been greatly increased. Focus Strike, Turning Tide raw damage has been increased, so giga buffed. Dual Blades have been giga buffed. Heavenly Blade Dance raw damage has been increased. Blade Dance elemental scaling increased. It's like, listen, more damage. Up the damage. Fix an issue where camera would shake unintentionally during Demon Mode. Elemental scaling for Crimson Slash 2 has been significantly increased. Crimson faster than Spirit Blade 1. Spirit Release increased. Wait, what the fuck? Longsword, giga buffed. Longsword, just like giga buffed. So, okay. I'm a little bit confused here. I have to admit, I'm a little bit confused. You've only just slightly upped the challenge of the game with the recent update. With the introduction of 8-star 5-strength monsters. And your immediate next move is buffing all the weapons. Because, like, we've gone through 3 weapons. All of them have seen significant buffs. Hammer, we already know, is getting buffed. Not only buffed, it is actually getting, like, a new chain attack. It is getting, like, a new offset move. It is, like, you can now chain the special follow-up move after monster has been significantly staggered from offset attack. You can now chain Focus Blow, Earthquake into Charge Side Blow. Offset effects have been added to Charge Upswing and Mighty Charge Upswing. Charge levels now increase faster. Charge Big Bang Raw Damage has been increased. Mighty Charge Slam Raw Damage Elemental Scaling has been increased. Hitbox for certain attacks such as Big Bang has been adjusted. Fixed an issue where the damage display would appear twice for Big Bang 4. Hunting Horn, Focus Strike, Reverb, additional note at the end of the attack. Wait. So it's 6 notes now? That's crazy. I can't even do 5 notes with this thing. Now it's 6 notes. Reverb with precise timing now sets an echo bubble at the end of the attack. That's cool. You can prevent the echo bubble by holding down at the end of the action. Hitting mounts with a single hit of resounding melody now triggers a sound wave. Your Sacred no longer stops when performing while mounted. Damage. Oh, damn. You can just be going forward and you can perform while moving. Damage hitbox for Echo Bubble has been significantly increased. The evade window for offset melody has been increased. Fixed an issue where switching from one hunting horn to another would incorrectly display melodies that have not been played as non-core. Fixed an issue where connecting with offset melody would sometimes fail to successfully offset attacks. Yeah, that happened to me all the time. Yeah, those were the only times that I ever failed to offset. What do you mean I skipped Longsword? Hadn't I already read Longsword? It's buffed. It's buffed out the ass. We saw this. What do you mean? I didn't skip it. I read it. Offset melody would sometimes, but this was the only times that I ever failed the hunting horn. This is the only time that I ever failed hunting horn offsets, was because sometimes it failed to successfully offset. See, this wasn't the me thing. This was a game problem, okay? The game had issues. Fixed an issue where stock notes would not properly reset when changing to special performance. You can now change to a charge counter from Focus Strike Victory Thrust. Nice. Adjust the hitbox of Focus Strike Victory Thrust to make it easier to land. Fixed an issue where certain shield attacks during Focus Strike could unintentionally break monster wounds. What? What? Isn't that the point? Oh, no, wait. It could break before it would you would actually do the attack. Okay, that would make sense. At least that's what I'm getting. Gun Lance. Fixed an issue where when a critical hit occurs during multiple hits of certain actions, such as multi-wormstake full blast, there was an unintended high chance subsequent... So they're nerfing. No, it's a bug fix. Gun Lance, most people probably not even feel that. Multi-wormstake crits don't even... It's not even that much as far as I can remember. Switch Axe. It is now easier to adjust your distance to monster when using Unbridled Slash and Full Release Slash while in focus mode. So, buff. Backward mover triggered by finishing charge. It can now be reduced slightly by tilting the left stick in the player character's direction. Significantly increased elemental scaling and follow-up explosions from sword attacks. So, Giga buff. Significantly increased elemental scaling. So, elemental damage, Giga buffed. Follow-up heavy slam and axe, follow-up more raw damage has been increased. Amount of switch axe basic attacks X mode has been increased. So again, another massive buff. Guard points now have perfect guard detection. Wait, what the fuck does that mean? What does this mean? Guard points have perfect guard detection? This sentence, like, help me, chat. Chat, what does this mean? I need somebody to go to the Japanese version of the website and tell me what the fuck that means. You can now chain the Savage Axe slash bonus burst guard from a guard point. Basically, what this means is that your guard points are now perfect guards. But this sentence makes no sense. Guard points now have perfect guard detection. I guess what they meant to say is guard points are now kind of like perfect guards. So yeah. Explosive file raw damage from chaining into super amped elemental discharge from attacks has been increased. Increased weak slash return stroke raw damage amped elemental discharge increased. Impact file explosions increased while in sword boost mode. Axe chains more quickly, so faster. Raw damage from multi-hit attacks while in power axe has been decreased. Oh! They're nerfing Savage Axe. Fixed an issue where the file explosion damage boost would not be applied when performing element discharge one or similar attacks with an impact file where files were enhanced. Fixed an issue where sharpness would decrease more than normal when performing a guard point while elemental boost was activated. Fixed an issue while the damage scaling from the rapid morph skill is being incorrectly applied to certain jumping attacks in axe mode. Heavy bowgun increased the amount of rapid fire gauge recovered when firing spread ammo 1, spread ammo 2. Fixed an issue where it was difficult to evade after firing slicing ammo. Fixed an issue where burst skill would activate with fewer hits than intended when using cluster bombs or wyvern blast ignition. Bowguns fixed an issue where the skill airborne could not activate correctly for spread ammo. Ooh, bowgun main's gonna be sad because this is not what they wanted. They wanted more than this. Bow fixed an issue where bow coatings would unintentionally switch to unequip under certain conditions. Sport hunters mounted on Sacred would leave cover earlier than intended during Jin the Hod's. Oh, really? This happened? Has anybody experienced this in chat? Like you're playing with your support hunter and they're like, okay, here go. Blah! That just sounds so hilarious, bro. That sounds hilarious. The fucking NPC's coming out and start blah. Increase the attack power of support hunters for when quest leader is hunter. Wait. What? Help me understand this one. So you're now more experienced. Your support hunters deal more damage. I don't understand this one. Adjust the behavior of support hunters when mounting a monster. Add a follow-up move for Olivia when she's successful. Okay, so Olivia got the hammer buffs as well. So she will use the hammer buffs. Inspiring leader bonus. Support hunters got a buff after arc tempered Ray Dow. Sacred, improve the speed of response when calling your sacred. Oh, isn't. Improve the response speed for controlling your sacred after mounting from a sacred call. Fix an issue while riding your sacred in auto move. They would circle around the area if you had a ride before a large monster. Item use inputs while mounted on sacred made more responsible after switching weapons while mounted. When using an item after closing the map. When using an item immediately after another item. It is now possible to dismount the sacred while drifting. Fix an issue where palicos would stop using Vigor Wasp delivery under certain conditions. System, increase the amount of guild points awarded for delivering a wyvern egg. Skill info window can now quickly be opened in various screens. Change investigation sub option to the lead investigation button. Change arena quest and challenge quest sub menu to available equipment details button. Food skills can now be viewed in the skill info. Okay, that is cool. This is actually very important. How many times have you guys seen like, okay, I just got 6 skills from eating something in Suja. This is great. What do these 6 skills do? We don't know. We have no idea. Who knows, man? This skill says feline jumping jacks. The fuck does that? I don't know, man. Increases your damage if you do a jumping jack? I don't fucking know, bro. It's like, yeah, you just see names, you have no idea. Finally, we're going to figure out what these food skills were supposed to do. The detailed effect of food skills can be viewed in the active skills page of the skill info window. You can now accept and depart quick start a quest directly from quest invite notification in the important chat notifications. Remove the skip function from important chat notifications so that the map can now be open even while notifications are still active. Thank you. Adjust the map so that it no longer automatically switches levels when focusing on a large monster. Lobby info can now be viewed in the upper right corner of the start menu and quest counter screens. I'm thinking like if streamers, it would be cool if we could turn that off. Because like some streamers maybe don't want to make their lobbies public, and this could be problematic for them. The monster field guide can now be viewed in the quest menu while you're in your tent. Fix an issue where decorations not intended to be equipped in certain slots could still be equipped. You cheeky fuckers. What have you guys been doing? What have you got? What have you degenerate? Have you been putting a level 2 slot on a level 2 gem on a level 1 slot? Boys. What the fuck? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing over there? Oi. Have you been sticking a 3-fer on a 1 slot? Boys. Get your shit together. What the fuck, bro? Stop doing that. Fix an issue where obtained nameplates would sometimes not appear in the hunter profile settings. Steam, adjust the amount of VRAM used with texture streaming, resulting in reduced overall VRAM usage. Better performance. Fix an issue where the estimated VRAM usage display graphic settings calculated lower than the actual value. As a result, the estimated VRAM usage will appear higher, but thanks to a separate optimization, actual VRAM usage has been reduced. So the current minimum and recommended system requirements remain unchanged, but supposedly better performance. Fix an issue where the VRAM usage displayed incorrect values for distant shadow quality option in graphics settings. All right. VRAM was never the issue. I bet you that some of those people on the 4060 would disagree with you. I bet you people on the 4060 or on the 3060 are looking at you and going like, the fuck you mean VRAM was never an issue? I bet you those people disagree with you plenty. Okay, my guy? So, yes, VRAM was an issue. It's not an issue for me. My GPU has like 24 gigs of VRAM or some bullshit like that. Not an issue. But for the people on the 60 series, well, not the 60 series, but like the 60s range, whatever the fuck you call that, you know, the something 60s, those guys were definitely having VRAM issues. Yeah, my 4060 cries with 8 gigabytes of VRAM. Yeah, that's NVIDIA fucking you right in the asshole, because that's what NVIDIA likes to do. Because NVIDIA hates your guts, you specifically, because you bought a 4060, because you're a poor person. Okay, that's how NVIDIA feels about it. It's like, you're poor, so you get 8 gigabytes of VRAM, get a job, and then get a better GPU. That's how NVIDIA feels about you. Because NVIDIA are disgusting, filthy human beings. So yes, VRAM is, in fact, an issue. 3060 here, VRAM is not maxed out, but it's not great. But see, because of what they're saying, their estimations are wrong. So your GPU is actually using more VRAM than what they're telling you in game. So you don't actually know in the current version of the game whether or not your VRAM is maxed out. So yeah. And if this doesn't improve performance, what's the next excuse, lol? It's like, listen. It's very easy to just like go scorched earth and shit all over the game. It's like, if you want to condemn the game, that's fine. But then my main question is, like, why are you watching the Capcom showcase where the biggest, the most important part of the showcase is the title update for Monster Hunter? If like, you don't actually care to see the game improve. It's like, go watch something that makes you happy. Like, I'd love to have you here, but it's like, I'm hoping that they can make the game be better because I'm a fan of this franchise and therefore I want it to be better. It's not good right now in terms of performance, and yes, it's a problem. And yes, it's an overwhelmingly negative on Steam. And yes, the player base is quitting the game in droves. And yes, correct on all those things. But it's like, if our contribution is, okay, I hope it sucks. Can't wait for it to suck. What are we doing? You know? It's like, I want it to improve. That's it. If I didn't want it to improve, I wouldn't have watched the title update. I'd be like, well, guess that's it. It's all good. Because like, games that I don't care about, I don't watch stuff and I don't stream stuff for them. I was utterly miserable on my 3080 with 10 gigabytes and very acceptable on my 9070 XT. Yeah. Real Balto, very glad I chose the B850. How have you been doing with the B500 and the B850? I had my son play on that one the other day on my streaming rig, and it seemed like it was running better. But yeah. An apology or acknowledge about the issue would from them be a nice start? It would. It would indeed. I can't do anything about that. Poor implementation of the RE engine is causing VRAM issues and other issues as well. I'm not sure that it's poor implementation as much as just like they're not ready to, the engine is not ready yet to do the things that they want it to do. But ultimately, I want Capcom to stick with the RE engine before they go off and do the Unreal 5 thing that everybody else is doing. I really hope that they're able to make the RE engine do stuff, because Unreal Engine 5 is not the answer. Like, I'm sorry, Unreal Engine 5 is not the answer. It's just not. RE engine doesn't work with large world games. They're developing a new engine for large worlds. I'm hoping they can get it done. I'm hoping that they will be able to eventually figure that out, because them figuring it out is better than the alternative of going to Unreal Engine 5. That's my take. Because, like, the other thing about Unreal Engine 5 is that 70 to 90% of the games that you see nowadays that are made on Unreal Engine 5, you're going to look at the game and you're going to be like, is that an Unreal 5 game? Yup. Because most of them look exactly the same. They look exactly the same. It's just like same game, different skin. You can tell from the get-go. Exactly. So it's like, what's the solution right now? That's the thing. I'm hoping that they can figure it out. I also don't think that what they're doing right now is right with all these performance issues. And I certainly hope that they don't make the mistake of the shader cache situation. If we have another shader cache situation, like, we're fucked. We're just straight up fucked. Because, yeah, it's like, it's really bad. Remember that they're developing an update for the RE engine? Yeah, I know about REX engine. Yeah. Main focus of it would be open world optimization. I mean, I'm just hoping they'll be able to, like, re-implement that retroactively into Dragon's Dogma 2 in Monster Hunter, but I highly doubt that. That's not an Unreal Engine issue. That's an art direction issue. Okay. You're basically saying that a lot of the teams currently working on Unreal Engine 5 then have really poor fucking artists. That's what you're saying. Unreal Engine 5 can be used well, but it is widely not used well. A good example is Dune Awakening. That's a solid UE5 game. It must be the only one, because I am not exaggerating when I say that every single video game that I've played that utilized Unreal Engine 5 has given me problems. Every single one. Like, every single one. And on different platforms, too. Sometimes gives me issues on PC, sometimes gives me issues on PlayStation. Every single time. Sorry, I'm also a fan of Monster Hunter. This game is literally a dumpster fire in technical aspect. I would exchange one title update for one big solid performance boost. I mean, I don't understand why you're apologizing. I'm not disagreeing with, I mean, literally a dumpster fire? It is a very problematic performance situation. See, the thing is, I don't have that many performance issues on my end. That includes if I play it on the B850. It's B850? Isn't it B580? Am I losing my shit? It is the B580. Somebody said B850 and you've been throwing me off ever since. The B580. It runs decently on the B580 and it runs pretty good on the 7900 XTX. Lies of P runs well, but it's UE4. Yeah, Lies of P is UE4. Yeah. Expedition 33 had problems. Yeah, I had plenty of issues with Expedition 33. Yeah. UE4 is evil dev-wise, but it's a solid engine. Yeah, UE4, like, Stellar Blade was also UE4, and that at least was running pretty well on the PS5. So, yeah. Having MSN as your homepage is such a dad thing. Oh, I just realized. It's not really my homepage. It's just whatever is default with Edge. I don't really pay attention to it. What do you think about Title Update 2? I'm excited to go fight Legiacrus. Steve coming back is also pretty cool. But yeah, I'm hyped. Your browser's in Brazilian Portuguese. It should be in... No, the browser is not in... The browser is in English. That page is in Portuguese because MSN loads like local news and shit. It's actually Portugal Portuguese because I'm Portuguese. But yeah, the other thing that I rarely see people talk about is that how NVIDIA drivers are also a problem. NVIDIA drivers have also been shit in the bed nonstop, and they've been an issue. Anyway, continuing onwards, fixed an issue where the hunter's chest armor would not display when selecting the display armor setting, display options to change appearance menu. Fixed an issue where performing certain actions such as eating or forging weapons. The Grand Hub would reset the cooldown for mantles. Fixed an issue where repeatedly fast traveling. I think, like, listen. When you get to quest start, mantles should reset. Whenever you see the quest start screen, your mantle should reset. I don't understand why Capcom thinks that it's a good idea to not reset your mantles. It makes no sense to me. It's like quest start, mantles reset. Every time. It just doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. And you might argue, well, what about the food buffs? Take the fucking food buffs away. If that's the reason why, make me eat every single time. I don't have any issues with that. And as a matter of fact, tell you what, I prefer it. I prefer eating every single time rather than having like the 50 minutes timer on the quests, if that's why. Again, if I can deal with either or, but mantles should reset from the moment that you get start quest. Mantles reset. Fixed issue repeatedly fast traveling in the training area would reset certain statuses such as cooldown for mantles. Man, you guys were really just like experimenting with everything to reset those mantles. Improve the response time for using items after exiting a tent. Fixed an issue where blocked users were not properly removed from the followers list. Fixed an issue where incorrect icons would appear for offline members in the member list. Fixed an issue where the equipment appearance menu so that focus will now stay on the equipped layered armor. Accepting and joining quests will be possible from the quest counter during an environment link. Wait, isn't this huge? I feel like this is huge. Because people have been wanting to do this for a hot minute. But what they need to do is allow the environment link to travel between maps, right? Because that's something that you can't do, if I'm not mistaken. But like, this is huge. But I still think that you can't go from like Windward Plains into Scarlet Forest. Because I rarely ever play in multiplayer, so I don't even know the stuff that you can and can't do with Environment Link. But I seem to remember somebody told me you can't travel from Windward Plains to Scarlet Forest. This fucking mosquito is in here. I'm gonna murder you, mosquito! You better run! But yeah, this is huge. Made adjustments to reduce interruptions when joining a quest via invite notification. Adjusted the unlock conditions for the social butterfly hunter highlight. I am scared to see what that is. Next issue where SOS flare would be sent automatically when starting a quest with max members set to 1. An automatic SOS flare was turned on. Fixed issue where the departure animation wouldn't finish if the target quest ended at a specific moment during the animation, leave the player unable to control their character. Fixed issue where lucky voucher effects will not apply to the target quest when accepting a quest invitation from a linked member during ongoing quest. Fixed issue where doing non-field survey in your own environment, a great hunt, 100 multiple monsters could be generated even if one of the monsters hadn't appeared in that. The issue where players could significantly reduce monsters' health with poison or other significant ailments when starting a field survey. You filthy degenerates, you. What do you do? What are you doing? What are you doing? There's an issue where completing a free challenge quest while offline would prevent the game from saving properly, causing a lower ranking times to display incorrectly at the quest counter. Hope nobody got banned over that shit. Hope nobody got banned over that shit. Ram JHS, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat, appreciate support. Thank you. Fix an issue target monsters sometimes still to appear in multi-target investigations. Fix an issue where if multiple players join an arena quest simultaneously, the number of participants would register incorrectly into rankings. New preventative measures have been put in place for invalid or fraudulent investigations. Can't do that in multiplayer, boys. Quest completion times are obviously fraudulent, will not be registered into rankings, and users in question will be automatically subject to suspension or feature restrictions. Wait, we need to... Good. Where were we? Other. Fixed an issue where some voice lines would not trigger properly. Fixed various text issues. Fixed other miscellaneous issues. That's a whole lot of updates, baby. I find it interesting that on my end, I still don't have that. I still don't have that update. Oh, there it is. It showed up now. Do we have more stuff on the website now? Let me see. Bum 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 ba da dum bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Okay, Capcom Spotlight Limited. Okay, so we're waiting on another director's letter, which I will cover when that releases. Maybe they're putting that out tomorrow or on Monday. So we'll see when that pans out. For now, my thoughts are, listen, I'm hyped about Onimusha. I'm hyped about Pragmata. I'm hyped for Title Update 2. I think that Title Update 2 is going to be a ton of fun. Hopefully some of this VRAM stuff will sort out some of the performance issues. And I really hope that they do more with the performance, because that is still the biggest stain in the game, is the fact that we still have these performance issues. But yeah, I'm excited to go fight Lagiacrus. I'm excited to go fight good old Steve. To see what their gear is going to be like, what skills they're going to be bringing to the table. I think that'll be cool. It is what it is. Look at the new hammer move, please. I've already seen the new hammer move. They showed it. Steve gear looks fire. Yeah. The only thing I wonder is they never say the amount they buff they're given to weapons. Yeah. I'm a little bit concerned about the every weapon getting buffed, because currently the game, even though we finally got some more challenging monsters, I still feel like beyond those 8-star, 5-strength monsters, there's not that much challenge there, right? And if you're on top of that, you're buffing all the weapons. I think that can be a little bit problematic. Only one monster for Title Update 3. We don't know that. What do you mean Gunlance got nerfed? It didn't get nerfed. That was a fix for apparently the crits weren't registering correctly. I don't think anybody will even notice the difference at all. I'm actually surprised there's no paid layer weapons. Hey, I wonder if when I asked them about that, they were like, ooh, wouldn't that be good? If my interview served to call out attention to that, and Tokuda-san goes like, that would have been nice. But considering their answer, I doubt that that's the reason. It's a tradition now that Gunlet. To be honest, Dan 10, I was secretly rooting for them to nerf Gunlance, just because I'm so fucking tired of people telling me like, "Oh, you're playing the overpowered weapon." To be honest, nerf it back into the ground. Like I'm over it, bro. Like, listen, I had my fun. Now nerf it back into the ground, and I'll continue playing it. But then people can shut the fuck up about it. Like the amount of comments that I get of like, "Oh man, you're just playing the overpowered weapon." It's like, brother, I've played this weapon while it was shit for literal decades. The fuck do you want from me? Leave me alone. So it's like, nerf it, bro. Nerf it. I don't care. I just want these people to shut the fuck up. Nerf it. That's where I'm at right now, bro. I don't care. Let's do Blizzard balancing. Listen, never do Blizzard balancing. I remember a forum post that said something in the lines of like, the way that Blizzard does balancing is they drop an anvil. No, they put an anvil on one side of the scale, then they drop the piano on the other one, and they hope that things work out. That's how Blizzard does balancing. That's not how you fucking do balancing in video games. Do you know what type the new gun lances will be? I have no idea, and I don't want to know. I want to find out in the game. Just watch them nerf it more now just to spite you. I don't care. Like, listen, I played Gunlance in GU. You understand? Do you understand what it's like to play Gunlance in GU? I don't think you understand. All right? If I played Gunlance in GU, I can play Gunlance in anything. It's fine. Did the patch notes say something about tempered monsters walking in herds? No. I do. Vietnam flashbacks. Yeah. When the kid that gets picked on becomes popular, everyone hates it. Yeah, true. Poor Mercy got nerfed 13 times for doing her job back in the old Overwatch days. Bro, what about the amount of times that Blizzard just shat on the warrior class for World of Warcraft? Warriors have been paying taxes since vanilla, bro. And I ain't never letting that go. I ain't never letting that go. What do you mean there's no Gunlance in GU? True. Actually true. All right. Longbeards. James Cheek 7507, Pege 83, Travis, Chris Marks, Weeds, Slam Iron, Gregory K, Sci-Fi, Saphirian, The Bug Shaker, Golfa Fajiv, Fidel Varela, Curtis Brooks, Astronaut Age, Angie, Victor Andre Angle, Dr. Eisenhower, Sephiroth, Shami Power Totenheim, Sengetsu, Warrior, Warroy Soulmane, Star Kitsune, Mr. Wipeout, Eugenie, Inquisitor Reed, Jojo Mojo 1512, Eddie Eero, D. Luffy, Killer X316, Chief Hellhunter, Hidden Aussie, Draxus K, Dracmoth, El Renatos, J. Walco 4, Inazuma, Senior Bacon, Sam Castellan, Devin Widener, Sherlock Para, Fixter, Cold Brick, Red Pig Bank, Rambo the Nerd, Mizzen Jamal, Angry Scott's Dad 23, Robert 396, and Shelby Neko. Thank you very much for being grossly incandescent as Longbeards. Giga Chads, tip of the hat, appreciate support. And I appreciate support from all the Iron Breakers out there. Tip of the hat. Thank you all. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me today. I love you guys. Thank you very much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. I realize that for a lot of people, your main concern is still performance, and it doesn't seem like a lot is being done in this particular update. I'll try to test it on the B580 when the update drops, see how that feels, if it's like significant improvements or not. But to be honest, my computer that has the 2060 is still fucking dead over there in the corner, so I can't really test that on really old hardware. But I'm hoping for the best is what I can say about that. But content-wise, I think it'll be fun. I do hope that they bring in a whole lot more event quests for the Flame Fet, because I felt like on the Spring Fest, we could have used more event quests. So we'll see how that pans out. But for now, that is going to be it. Love you guys. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay strong. Stay safe. Peace out.